Hello guys, welcome back to Mr. Cloud Book channel. Today we are going to talk about how to work in a DevOps job and what you expect from the companies or what you can what employees are expecting from you and why you are not getting the jobs. This is the main question everyone having right now. So we are going to talk about in the depth. So what kind of salaries you can ask, what are the equity, and we will discuss about everything in the deep. Okay. So after see something happened after the pandemic. I mean we have the COVID, right? And something shifted after the recession in India. So we have the recession also. The modern employee's brain is feels like the gone case now and overwhelmed by the constant change. So everything is changing daily and regularly it's changing, right? And uncertainty also. It's as if the ability to focus and adapt the new technologies is also stretched to its limit. So what we can expect, what employees are expecting from us in DevOps, you don't get the equity for just doing your work. Okay, so you get it for taking the risks and driving the change. Like, see, if you just work there and just what you are doing, I want to do this work only. I have this work. I need to do that only. That is enough. That is the what they are paying for now. So that is not the good way. So companies aren't looking for the theories or the plans, so they want the execution. They need people who can bridge the gap between development and operations team, and who can solve the problems and deliver the real and impactful results. Can you deliver the solution that genuinely solves a problem? So ask about yourself. Ask for yourself also this question. That's what matters here. So assume any ESOPs you receive are worth nothing unless you can turn your efforts into something impactful. So if you are giving some kind of solution means you have to solve that problem. Genuinely, it should give you more impact. So then only you have to ask for your pay more. Okay. So what is the thing happen before AI and after artificial intelligence? Okay. The changing landscape of the DevOps jobs after the AI and before AI, we are going to talk both. So nobody ever told you right how to work in a workplace before, because especially if you are graduated during the pandemic, so many people are graduated during the COVID time. So okay, you don't know how to do the work. I mean I'm not work, but how to work in the workplace. So many of you have never worked professionally in your roles, right? So you are joining the meetings just randomly working on it, and when you get fired also, you often not told the real reason. See, so many people staying on the bench and some people are got fired off. So they don't tell the reasons. It usually they will sell because of the misperformance or some kind of mistake you did. So other vague terms. That's what the issue. So what's really happening is that many of you are getting the information from the wrong sources, and you are taking the content is created by the others and assuming that how your career should be look like that only. So which is not necessarily true. This session, so we are going to talk about on the main two things. So one, what employers are the expect from you, not just an not my company or any other company, but most companies in India, particularly in the DevOps field. This includes the startups and established firms. So what newly artificial intelligence driven landscape, what employers expect from you, and we will talk about it and how to progress in your career. Okay. So especially in the DevOps role, which is quite different from the traditional roles of the past. Okay. So the jobs before the COVID or before a decade ago or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So those are different right now because we have the AI now after 22. So everything is changed. Career paths were linear and often involved staying at one or two companies for many years, right? Some people are staying, one or more people staying for almost 15 years in the same company. So in the present situation where the rapidly growing the industry and AI, so it's different in the DevOps, right? Professionally, you have the more opportunities and so many options, but they also face more complexities. The rules of the engagement in the modern workforce have changed a lot in the pre-AI and in Before artificial intelligence era, DevOps roles were primarily focused on automation, infrastructure management, and CI/CD pipelines. However, after getting the artificial intelligence, the expectation for the DevOps engineers to understand how artificial intelligence and the machine learning models are integrated into your deployment process. So, manage how can you manage the AI workloads and ensure these systems operate efficiently and securely. So you have to understand and learn the AI as well more securely. Okay, not just follow the AI is giving these steps. I will follow those only. So first understand them and then only you can try it in your testing servers. So now let's talk about the types of companies in this new environment. There are like serious companies and some are unserious companies. And I'm now not talking about the particular company. Okay, so serious companies are scaling. So paying employees are really cash. I mean, like they will give the salaries on time and everything, dealing with the real clients and expect you to provide a real service. Okay, so whether it's a building a product or maintaining the infrastructure that supports AI models, these companies want to work with the people who understand the modern rules of companies, and they want to work with the people who understand the modern rules of engagement, especially as they pertain to the AI and the DevOps. Okay. And some are unserious companies we have are popping up frequently. So these companies may not have the clear goals also and some sustainable models, especially as they try to leverage AI without understanding the full implications. Some are also following, right? Some give the post in the LinkedIn. You are saying we are hiring, and you say I'm interested, but you don't get any kind of reverse the mails from them. See, some are unserious companies also is there in the present environment. So understanding these dynamics is a crucial. For example, if you leave your current company, okay, if you are experienced or you want to go to the another one, so do you know what will happen after you left? Okay, so after the interview, if you are went to a new company and for the interview, they will conduct a due diligence. How many of you heard the word called due diligence? So due diligence means it's a process where the company check your background and your previous work, your contributions, and increasingly your understanding of the AI impact in the DevOps. Okay, so they will check everything that is called the due diligence. And for the freshers also, they includes assessing the your technical skills and your adaptability to the new technologies and how well you understand the evolving role in the AI of the DevOps. Okay, in the AI era, like in the artificial intelligence era. So DevOps isn't about just like maintaining the servers or automating the tasks. It's about enabling the AI-driven solutions, optimizing them, and understanding how the AI changes the dynamics of the software deployment or like the infrastructure management. Okay, this knowledge gap is where many new graduates or less experienced professionals struggle. Okay, they are prepared for the traditional roles, not for the AI enhanced versions that now exist. So what do you need to succeed it? So first you have to adaptability you needed. You need to adapt it to the new technologies and methodologies, and you have to understand the AI technologies are becoming the part of the DevOps toolkits now, and understanding these will make you more valuable. Okay, continuously you have to learn. The field is evolving rapidly. Stay updated with the latest AI integrations, machine learning. So not MLOps is like higher in the India present now, but you have to understand some concept, okay, and how DevOps is shifting to accommodate to with the AI workloads, okay, and execution over theory. So just as in any DevOps role, execution is critical, okay. So you must able to implement and manage the systems efficiently with AI. This means like understanding the algorithms and the data pipelines and infrastructure that supports AI models. Okay. Okay. This session is meant to provide a roadmap, like some kind of rules of engagement for navigating the modern DevOps landscape, one that's increasingly intertwined with AI. So understand that companies expect from you what should expect from them and how to leverage your skills to build a sustainable and successful career in the rapid growing and rapidly changing this field in the DevOps. Okay. Serious companies only want to work with the serious people. When they reach out, they mainly assessing your seriousness and commitment. They want to know, is this person worthy hiring or not? Today we are going to cover the some four key topics. The first is the shift in the mindset of the modern employee. Something happened after the COVID and something changed after the recession and the rise in the AI. Okay, the modern employees' focus and approach to work have been impacted. This is especially true in the DevOps, where the pace of change and the need for adaptability have increased dramatically. Hopefully, we can address some of these challenges today. And why I'm saying that, because we have some kind of security tools that doesn't have in the past, but we have so many kind of security tools. Okay, for like the Docker scanning, we have the Docker Scout Trivy, and Kubernetes is also they added some kind of scan, right? So it's increasing rapidly. So next we will discuss what it means to be a employee at the some kind of a employer, especially in the context of the DevOps. In DevOps, the difference often comes down to ownership and initiative. Like a employer mindset in the DevOps isn't just about executing the task, but about taking the ownership. Okay, so driving the innovation and proactively solving the problems. Meanwhile, an employee mindset might focus on like more on following established process and maintaining the status quo. So understand the distinction can help you navigate your career and contribute more effectively to your team, like when you join or to your company. Okay, the third topic we are going to talk in this one is like understanding the organization structure, like what are the expenses they are paying, so why they are not hiring. Like, see, for example, if we change a client, I mean, like if we charge for the client like 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs, how much of that actually translate into profit also. So they have to see that how do we calculate the expenses and everything we will talk, and we also cover how to accelerate your career in the DevOps. So whether you want to advance a senior DevOps role or land in a position at another company, okay, we'll provide you the insights on how to grow and succeed it. And we are going to explore all of four topics to help you understand and navigate your career path effectively. And let's talk about the concept of healthy versus unhealthy brains in the context of career development. Like the DevOps guys, some are having healthy and unhealthy. So I'm not pointing out some people here. So and imagine a healthy brain is like one that is focused, organized, and systematically developing these skills over a time. And now contrast that with an unhealthy brain, one that seems scattered, okay, and not focused. For example, a resume that shows the 10 jobs in 2 years or plus for the six different agencies you are working might seem like a red flag, okay. It might sound like a joke, but it's when like the some company guys are hiring, they often see this pattern. Okay, candidates who jump from the one role to another, start various projects or run multiple ventures simultaneously. This break in frequently changing, I mean, like job hopping and shifting focus can be indicative of a fragmented career path. Okay, I remember feeling similarly lost at indicative of uh, I remember feeling similarly lost at an younger age. So, wishing someone had guided me with my career or like in the clear direction way before only. So, how to build a successful career. So, it's important to recognize that issue. Uh, that this issue isn't entirely your fault. It seems from the misleading content that fills you in your social media feeds also. Like content creators often promote unrealistic success stories, like becoming the millionaire by 25, working only few hours a week, and launching like flaunting luxury life, living the luxury items, using them. The reality is quite often and quite different also. And the successful people I know work long hours, often including the weekends also. And their achievements come from the dedication and hard work, not from the shortcuts. Here, why the truth about working at a company isn't always shared on the social media. You might expect that by now people would be open about the realities of their jobs. But here is the issue. Most of the social media is dominated by the younger people in their early like 20s, 21s and 22 and 23 and so on. So many of these younger people are still in that college mindset only, where everything is about the comparison and keeping up with peers. Okay. Remember the college? There was always a focus on the who is setting up, who is getting up ahead. So the status game they are playing. So who was like the popular and who had the better opportunities. Like social media today mirrors that the same competitive atmosphere, and we see some kind of posts about who landed which job or secured what opportunity, often with a focus on comparison and competition. This isn't a reflection of a real work, but rather a continuation of the same mindset from the college. Okay, understanding this can help you cut through the noise and focus on what really matters for your advancing your career. So don't think like the competition or comparison with other guys. Okay, just focus on your career, and really matters is advancing for yourself and about your career. Think about yourself. And the third point is addresses a gap that I personally experienced when I was younger. Okay. Many of you, especially if you have been hired by us, like the some other company, are engaging with the content on the online, have the immense potential. See, if I'm writing some content means everyone is doing that one. So, however, there is a significant difference between potential and tested potentials. Okay. In your mind, you might think, I am the best video editor, like I am the best DevOps engineer, I am an outstanding software engineer. I know this, like I know everything about the DevSecOps. But when it comes to proving yourself, it's a different story. Most of people struggle when faced with the real tests, okay? So which can go beyond just demonstrating the skills. These tests assess whether you can deliver the tangible outcomes or not. There is an often a wide gap between uh, perceived ability and actual performance, okay? And this gap tends to grow over a time if not addressed. Okay, so you won't get anything if you keep on going with that kind of attitude. Additionally, older professionals, particularly those in their 30s and beyond, have little incentive to share the harsh realities of their careers on the social media, but they don't want to attract competitors or like the face backslash. I mean, like for stating these or speaking the uncomfortable truths. Okay, like for example, we can take Narayana Murthy, who have spoken the candidly about the demanding nature of work, have faced criticism and cancellation. Okay, she wanted to work for the extra hours, but she faced some kind of criticism. And many of the experienced founders and like the professionals are wary of speaking about the success out of fear, okay, of negative repercussions, and are damaging their reputations. That's why they don't even speak mostly. I can say that, but not everything like that. Not everyone is like that. Okay, anyone can. Some people are talking right now, but that is different case. So as a result, social media is flooded with the misleading of portrayals of success and career paths. Okay, the younger generation caught up in their own version of the status game often shares the distorted or overly simplified views of work and achievement. It's only through the real world experience, often by the age of 30 or beyond the that one begins to understand what truly works in your career. Now I am at 24. I navigated many mistakes, and I went to the so many ups and downs to eventually find a more accurate path to success. But I got some kind of success right now. So I want to tell the some real kind of example. So you know the Socrates, right? Socrates, like he reserved probably an artist. Okay, I will tell you very interesting story about the Socrates. I'm butchering the details, but Socrates was exiled and then eventually he was asked to take a cup of poison. So this is the poison by the state. Okay. So do you know why they asked to take him the poison? Because Socrates, like he wants the truth always, and he told the truth every time. Socrates told to his students, I'm just making up a very simplistic story about out of this. He told his students, go question everything. Okay. So whatever you see, question everything. So if there is somebody being religious or like why I'm not getting the hire. So if you are in the interview, ask the question, what is the mistakes I made? So go question them why, why. And you know how young people are, right? They start questioning everything. They went to all the priests. I mean, like in the Socrates time, they start questioning them. This, that, what is that? So the state found, like the religious priest found that him guilty and said, "Boss, you are making everything unruly. So that is not good. So just throw away everything you said, or just keep silent." But Socrates don't want like that. He wants to stay with the truth. So he sticks with the ideals of his. So that's why they make him drink some poison. Okay. So Socrates stood for the truth. He stuck to his ideals and he ended up giving the life as well. So the lesson from this is not stick with the truth or stick for the truth and drink some kind of poison or whatever. The lesson to learn from this is lot of people are putting this, especially people who are successful, are putting this position where they can't go out publicly tell what made them successful or what the rules of success are. So because firstly the rules are not as like as do one, two, three, four, five. It's a little bit complicated and it's a lot of hard work. Okay. Stick around for 20 years and it's not a good content. I mean, like if I made a video saying here is how I am getting successful, and I said it takes 20 years and 10 years, all of you would click away. So that's the how it's going now. Imagine you ask someone on a faceless channel or in the social media for the secrets of being successful, they might not share it with you because there is no real incentive for them to do so. Instead of people might just argue in the comments. They might afraid of getting shouted or criticized. So they keep their tips and tricks to themselves. That's why you don't always get the full story about the success because sharing it openly can sometimes lead trouble. Okay. Like social media can be like the mirror that reflects back to what you want to see. See, not always you see the real truth, right? So when you look at the social media, you are seeing a polished version of the reality, but real life is more messier and more complicated. Okay? For example, if someone is openly talks about how success takes a lot of hard work, energy, and some kind of time, and dealing with many failures, ups and downs in their career, people might not want that to hear. Okay, often when someone says this is the truth, it might even make headlines because it's not what people usually like to hear. Okay, this deck is here to help you to see the real picture behind the social media mirror. Okay, people who seem to work only for few hours a week and are very rich often have spent many years. Okay, many years they worked extremely hard, sometimes 10 hours a day, maybe before they could enjoy more free time. It's like you need to do a lot of hard work first before you can take it as a easy. Okay. If you start your career thinking you will work just 4 hours a day and get rich, it's very hard to achieve. Most of the people need to work a lot more, especially in the beginning. So another issue is thinking the system is broken. When I was younger, I was taught that everything was wrong with the world, like the government, the teachers, and everyone else. But I believed I had a better ideas. But what I didn't understand was how hard it to turn these ideas into reality. Okay, there's a big difference between having an idea and actually making it happen. And lastly, let's talk about the great influencer that is Elon Musk. While influencers like Mr. Beast are popular, but Elon Musk is often seen as the biggest influencer today because his success and ideas are everywhere and they influence the how people can think about the success and work. Okay, Elon Musk has 100 millions of the followers and he made the like seems like you can start the multiple companies at once, be super successful, make a lot of money and become a real popular on social media. But it's not, it's important to remember that his success didn't come overnight. Okay, he began his career a long time ago with his first big success being with the PayPal and X. He had a lot of time to build his career and become the well-known figure like the popular guy he is today. It's very tough to achieve that level of success at just 20 or 22 years old. Let's talk about takes companies like Zomato and Flipkart and Amazon as the examples. They didn't become successful overnight. Okay, they all are started small and had to work incredibly hard and stay disciplined over many years before they saw big results. Okay, Zomato began as a simple restaurant review site in India. It took years of hard work, expanding it into a new market and continuously improving their service before it becomes the global brand we know today. And Flipkart is also started as an online bookstore in India, but it faced many challenges and needed years of hard work and innovation to grow into the one of the India's largest e-commerce platform. Okay, so Amazon is also same. They they took so many years of hard work like disciplined management and strategic expansions for the Amazon to become the global giant it is now. Okay, so they have the Amazon shopping, like the shopping application, grocery market, and Amazon web services like cloud, everything, right? So just like these companies, real success takes time and hard work and lot of dedication. It's not something that happens quickly or easily. Okay. The problem is not just that you are getting the wrong information, you are also getting outdated information. Okay. For example, you take the Zomato or Flipkart and Amazon, the lessons you might learn from their early days are so many years of old. Okay. If you are making the decisions based on what worked for them a decade ago, you are using outdated strategies, right? So even today, successful founders are building on top of the existing platforms like YouTube and WhatsApp. They understand the leveraging these platforms. Okay, the rapid increasing in the technology is often more attractive than the starting from the scratch. Okay, it's like when we built our product, we realized it was more valuable to build an established platforms because they have built in the audience and lower costs. Okay. However, the social media algorithm focus on flashy success and lifestyles. Okay, not on the struggles behind them. You see success stories and luxury lifestyles, but the real challenges and failures often don't get sold. Okay, this creates a distorted view of reality and contributes to a phenomenon called survivorship bias. Okay, here where only the successful stories are visible, not the ones that didn't make it. Okay, so it's important to recognize that while social media shows that you the end results, it rarely reveals the hard work and setbacks that lead to those outcomes. Keep this in mind as you navigate your career and make decisions. Keep this. So don't maybe just follow it, but don't take it as a serious. Okay. Courage and staying power are far more important than just intelligence, especially in fields like DevOps. These days, social media is filled with messages saying you need to be incredibly smart to succeed, but that's not the whole story. Take a real estate agents, okay, or the brokers for insurance, like for instance, they often make more money than the many engineers do, right? And it's just not about the intelligence, it's about having the courage to take the risks, building a strong relationship, and having their staying power in that particular field, and their hard work, their trust, okay, to persist through the challenges. They are taking so many kind of challenges and faced them and became the good agents. in the real estate. Okay. So in the world of the DevOps and tech, the same principles apply. Okay, the arena tech will teach you the humility. I never met a DevOps engineer or the founder who has been in the game for over a decade and remains arrogant. Okay, it is usually the newer faces are those who just raised significant funding who might have inflated egos, but those who have been grow through the ups and downs whether they have raised money, they lend or bootstrapped. So understand that anything can change at any moment. Okay. So whether you are working in the DevOps, remember that persistence and resilience and learning from every experience will take you much further than just raw intelligence. Okay. It's the combination of these qualities that truly drives long-term success and actually don't get equity. Okay, you actually don't get the equity just for doing the work they're given, but you get it for taking the risks and making it possible solve the issues you have facing. Like you need to give some impactful solutions, problem solving skills. Okay, this principle is crucial. Okay, and it applies beyond you just founding a company. Like just you are working in the company means that doesn't work. If you work for the content they give, like the task that I given, only I will do those. I don't do extra. Means you didn't improve in that company. Okay. For instance, someone like the Warren Buffett might invites a company, like he invites in a company, never interact with the founder, but still own a equity because he took the financial risk over that over time and that investment could grow significantly in value. Okay, it will take some time, so you have to take some kind of risks also while learning or while going through the interviews. It will take some time. Okay, in the DevOps world this concept is equally relevant for DevOps professionals working in the startups or like the big companies. Real risk often means working in the minimal or no salary until the sometimes some startup doesn't give you the money that what they give. See, if like some guy getting 4 lakhs as the junior, some guys getting the 2 LPM in that doesn't mean that he didn't have some kind of skills but he's giving something and he's learning more over there. Okay, this can take many years. Okay, like some people can stay in the same company but at the starting they have less kind of salary, but in the next year or whenever they see the startup see the success, he will get more kind of salaries also increases automatically. Okay, it will take some years also. So the risk you take are the being the part of that particular startup or like the dealing with the companies with the early stage challenges and pushing through the tough times can eventually lead to the equity or the long term rewards. Okay, so whether you are investing your time and skills in a startup or handling the critical DevOps responsibilities, remember that it's the risk you take, not just the work you do, that could be lead a significant rewards down in the line. Now here is a tough reality for the many employees. It's something that companies like Y Combinator, like Y Company, often echo if you are getting a salary that's at the market rate, the amount of equity you typically receive is zero. So equity represents a measure of risk, not just the work you do. Okay, let's break this down with an example. Imagine you could work at an established company, well-established company. I didn't say a name, but like think as any X company maybe earning 3 lakhs per year and plus 1 lakh in the stock options, like totally you are getting 4 lakhs per year, okay, annually. Now if you are offered a job at the startup instead of where you would have the take 90% pay cut, meaning you would earn significantly less but in return you would receive equity. Okay, the situation is changes there. Okay, when you do the works in the startups. Okay, the equity you get a way of compensate for the lower salary and the risk you are taking by joining a startup. Equity is a valuable if the company succeeds and grows, but it's important to remember that most startups don't make it big. and the equity could end up being worth nothing. Okay, in many cases, employees with the market rate salaries aren't given much equity because they are not taking any significant risk. Okay, however, some startups try to offer equity, even those with the market rate salaries, to keep them motivated and align their interest within the company as the long-term success. For example, if someone is currently working at a major company and asked to join a startup for a fraction of their current salary with promise of equity, it's a big risk, right? You don't take it. See, the equity might turn out to be worthless if the company doesn't succeed. So this is why companies are upfront about the risks and don't hard sell the equity. Okay, it's up to the individual to decide if they want to take that risk or not. So you want to take that risk, so try to join the startups. If they will give the less salary, but you will get the good kind of experience in the DevOps knowledge also. Okay, you will be improved. If the company gets success in 1 year, you will get more salary than the some senior guy. Okay, aligning motivations even with the financial incentives is like the challenging. So many people prefer the stability of the market rate salary and the certainty it brings. Okay, but if you are considering joining a startup or working in a role where you offered equity, be aware of the risks and make an informed decision before taking the equity. Okay, the idea of the offering equity or the profit sharing becomes crucial nowadays. When we can't offer a high salary, equity is our way of sharing the potential future rewards, okay, with you. It's not about having a guaranteed outcome, but about giving it a genuine effort and sharing it the potential success. By offering the equity or like a share of the future profits, we are inviting you to be a part of that journey. So we are saying we might not know actually what is this, how this will turn, and but if we work hard and succeeded, you will be benefit in the future. Okay, it's a chance to be part of something from the ground up, with the possibility of gaining a significant reward if the company does well. Okay, if your company doing well, you will get mine, you will get some senior position, you will get higher salary, equity, and everything will come once you take the risk. Okay, when you join a startup, you are not just taking a regular job. Okay, you are investing your time and your effort into a something that could grow and succeed, and in return you get a piece of that potential success through the equity, and in the profit sharing also you will get some kind of investments and stocks. See, when you see how much your boss charges a clients, okay, if you see your boss charging so much of money compared to your salary, it can be surprising. Okay, the reason for the big difference is that client payment covers more than just your work. Okay, it includes various business costs like office space, utilities, insurance, and other overheads. Your boss also handles client relationship and project management, which adds to the cost. If you join in the startup, you are getting less salary, and but your company like client is taking, your boss taking so much of money means, so I can go directly there and directly offer my work over there. Don't think like that. It's like foolish thing you did. Okay. For example, running in a startup, I mean like DevOps startup involves the expenses, right? That aren't immediately obvious, but we need to pay for they have to pay for the office rent, utilities, salaries. Some unexpected cost may happen, like see, sometimes the cost will be go high behind the project. So we have to manage every project and client communications also. See, in DevOps setting, there are the additional costs for maintaining the infrastructure tools and automation. So these are the necessary to ensure smooth and efficient operations. So if he is taking Excel in this much of the amount from the client and he's giving this like 10% to me and taking 90% means, that is not how it works. See, he have to pay for everything like the costs and utilities that you are using, like you have to pay for the Cloudflare bills and everything. Okay, if you're thinking about the freelancing, remember that you will need to cover these costs yourself. You have to pay yourself about that bills for the cloud computing and everything. You should set your rates accordingly, build a strong reputation, and understand the clients. We have to understand the client needs also can help you to earn more as the freelancer. So when you see the difference between that you are paid and how much the company makes, it's often because the company handles several important steps to get and keep the clients, okay? And each step involves the different costs, okay? First, we need to discover the client, right? This is about getting our clients to notice you. The company spends more money and marketing stuff, and to make sure the clients find out who they are and becomes interested or not, we need to discover. So he needs some kind of cost, money. So conversion. Once clients know about the company, they need to be convinced to buy the service from us, like the DevOps startup guys, like in the company. So where someone works to turn interest into actual sales. First time proof of delivery is like when the company starts working with a new client, they often offer a discount, right? Or take the loss on the first project to show their value. The idea is to do the great job so that the client will want to work with you next time also. That's the way you need to take care of your boss, also take care of the costs. That's why he's keeping 90 means he doesn't taking everything to home. Okay, he needs to pay for everything. So we need to get the continued trust. After the first project, the company needs to maintain a good relationship with the client. So this includes providing a high quality service, replacing the staff if needed, and making sure that client is happy over the time. Okay. So this is how it works in the startups. So the company needs the good guy who can solve the problems and who can take the risk, who can take the equity, like that. You are thinking like that, "Oh, this is salary is less for me, so I don't want to join." That means that doesn't work. So let's break down some experience like the value that we talk about. So if he's taking a startup guy is taking the 10 lakhs for the client means daily amount. What is the daily amount? First we are talking. Okay. So there is an a GST deduction and there can some kind of task like what is the computation power we are using, which services we are using, what APIs we need to use. Like see the project manager, you have to pay for the salaries, like for the internet bills and everything. See? So if you think like that, if you are taking the 10 lakhs means, so you will get some kind of 3 lakhs profit. That's it. So this is like some kind of random calculation. Okay. Initial calculation. If you talk like that, so if you think like you are getting 3 lakhs of profit means that doesn't mean that is correct value because initially we have to calculate everything. So if I'm taking the 10 lakhs, okay, GST is 18 percentage, like 1 lakh 80,000 I have to pay to the government. Okay. So after that we have 8 lakh 20,000 and salaries we need to give, like quarterly we need to give some kind of incentives like that. Okay. So if you think like 10 people, so like the total salary will become like 4 lakhs 20,000 maybe. So after deducting those salaries, you have left 3 lakhs additional cost like you have to pay for the internet bills, electricity bills, office rent, marketing costs. So the real math is here. So if we think like that, at the end, the boss or the startup CEO will get only the less amount or he have to pay from his pocket. Okay. So in summary, someone is looking for the guy means he needs to capable of solving the problems quickly. So that's why it will take some time. So I'm doing all the projects, I learned everything, but I'm not getting the calls means you have to showcase your skills, your problem solving skills and everything. Okay. So that is the real math, how it will be in the real time, how the startup companies or the DevOps guys think like that. So if you want the true cost, like if we want the hire, like see, if the employer wants to hire some employee guy, new team or like the if he wants to hire a new person, so I'll for the managing a team. So how will you think like that? You will think like okay, they given this some kind of push, that's it. But that is not how it goes. if you want to hire something, you have to give some kind of money also because we need the recruitment cost. And then we have the operational expenses because we need to give the posts to websites, incur the cost, right? So we have to give the industry level conference associations memberships to give the like your higher post and everything, utilities and maintenance. We have to give the if he joins, we need to give the insurance and supplies like laptop and other expenses as well. So we need to give the software also. So we have to sometimes we need the paid software in order to work. So if we want to hire something, we have to think all this about these things. So this is how it will work in the startup companies or in the DevOps field. So they are hiring means they are giving some so much of money, effort, keeping so much of effort. So employee related costs are different. Okay, like emergency funds. So like the expenses clause, like we need to give the growth plan. If he joins the office, we need to give the some kind of learning growth also, like buying some courses, books, like that, right? So it will take, and after that there will be a tax, and we have to pay the some income tax also. So understanding these costs is a crucial for managing a business effectively. Like say running a company is not easy. So it involves juggling these expenses. We have to pay these expenses and while ensuring that financial stability and growth. Okay, it's a challenging but essential aspect of being a serious founder or maybe the DevOps engineer. You have to think about like that the perspective way of how employer needs us. So what is the things he doing? Okay. If you are not prepared for the decade of hard work and challenges, it might not be the right path for you. Okay. At 20, when I started the job, okay, like see, I started at 22. I faced a major issue. I didn't have the network. I don't have any connections in the industry. Okay. Today, much of our like my success can be attributed to the relationships I have built over the time. So I can now reach out to the people and offer my services. Say that I giving this content. I want to make this. So by I didn't have that advantage back then. So when I'm at 22. So if I had worked in a job until the or before I'm joining, right? If I joined at 20, so I would have built a valuable network and gained more experience. That would have been incredibly beneficial for me. But while I might have been successful later, now I'm successful, maybe at 24, it would have given me a stronger foundation if I had the job before, right? So even now, I still feel there is a more to achieve that I might truly hit my head, okay, by stride maybe 30. The reality is starting a business or like the startup is often the hardest way, like the getting the job, like see, so hardest way to make money. It is a long and tough road before you are joining. Like if you're taking something means it's like the wrong road, you have to think like that. So I will prepare for the 30 days, I will get the job. No, because it's like the we need to give some kind of time. This plan need to be consistent. Adaptability needs to be there. Okay, if you are considering the joining a company, make sure you are ready for the long haul. It's like demanding the journey, but those who preserve and like who do the consistent hard work, they will be get the incredible rewards also in the future. So, like what employees can generally, like the employers can generally expect from a DevOps role guy. You should anticipate for employees work environment. They need like the collaboration. Expect to work closely with the development and operations and other teams to ensure smooth deployment process and operation of software. Okay, the continuous improvement they need from you and the responsibilities like automation, automating the process and workflows to improve the efficiency and the reduce the manual effort. Okay, and you have to understand the monitoring, implementing and maintaining the monitoring systems to ensure the system is healthy and performance also. Okay, incident management, you need to troubleshoot the issue and make it like the postmortem to write what happened, the issue, why happened, at what time it happened, and everything you need to take care of it. So infrastructure management. So we need to tell like how managing this and provisioning the infrastructure. We need to use which resource and what tool we need to use like Terraform or Ansible or like any other sources we need to use like so you the employees can seek the skills and tools like programming and scripting like the version control. You think that you know the Git, but Git is like the ocean. You need to understand more. If you don't have the proper knowledge in the Git means you will get the so many issues in the company. Okay. CI/CD tools you have to experience more like the Jenkins, GitLab, and Circle CI and GitHub Actions. So many other tools are also there. And cloud platforms, we can say experience with cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, and some other tools. They have the Isner also right now. And we need to know the containerization technologies like Docker and Kubernetes. Growth opportunities will give the opportunities to learn the adapting new technologies, new tools. You need to easily adaptable. That's the employees want. Okay, workload. So sometimes you will get less work. Sometimes you need to work overtime also. Okay, you need to ready to work over there. Okay, why should I have to work? You need to take the high pressure also. Look for the candidates with a solid understanding of DevOps principle and work environment and responsibilities, challenges. So we need to ask the salaries also according to your skills. Okay, performance metrics, whether they're giving the good or not for you for the grow in the upcoming days. So if I join that company, in the next company, may I get the good knowledge or not? So like the KPIs, OKRs, objectives and key results. So mean time to recovery and everything you have to know. Okay. In summary, employees in DevOps roles can expect a dynamic and collaborative work environment that is focused on automation, CI/CD. Employers should be prepared to provide a supportive environment also, right? That fosters skill development and adopts the fast-paced nature of DevOps work. Both parties should align on the goals and expectations to achieve a successful productive working relationship. Thanks for watching the video and keep on supporting to Mr. Cloudbook channel.